Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another GT Sport video. Round 2 actually, of the FIA Manufacturer series. Now straight away, as I'm loading this lobby up, you can probably tell we've got a bit of an issue here folks, because we've got two of the fastest people in the game.
I'm in danger!
Yeah, we've got Quinton and ERM Nick in our lobby. Now I have no idea why they're in this split, I think this was like split 3. I was on about 63,000 driver rating at the time, so I'm not quite sure what they're doing. Maybe they'll be starting it back, doing a little challenge. We shall see, but let's crack on and let's just try and ignore them for now and let's just concentrate on our own race. So the most important thing whenever you do these FIA Manufacturer Series races is try and start up as high as you can in qualifying. So I found myself a nice little gap and potentially a little bit of slipstream to the chap in front of us. I'm a little bit too far away at the moment, so I can't really get it as we go through the lap. It's a really difficult chicane here through Dragon Trail. Absolutely, it's an awesome corner, but it's absolutely awful in the Porsche for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's too light, but we have to be like in a really high gear, in second gear, to maximise the speed going through there. But as soon as you're in second gear, I don't know what it is, but the Porsche feels suddenly really light, and it just doesn't feel too quick, and you really don't know if you should be in second or third. But yeah, regardless of that, we set a 35.7 through the first sector, which is actually surprisingly good. And through these SS sections, as you go downhill and uphill, I really do, again, like these set of corners. But this track recently, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that feel just like me. We've gone around this track so many times now. I do wish they just mix it up a little bit. But that's, yeah, we'll forget about it. We'll move on. This is the track. We'll just try and smash through it and see what we can do. See if we can get a good result. That was a nice entry to that corner there. Maybe a little bit too hard on the curb. The car actually going in the air slightly. Two wheels in the air. Now, we all know this corner, Def Chicane, as it's thoroughly known as, not as quick as I should be there. And again, I'm really not smooth enough through there, and I've lost a couple of attempts just by hitting and almost destroying that inside curb as we exit. Just trying to go as quick as I can through there without actually dying and getting claimed like so many people have. Superb exit. The Porsche is really good on the exit of that last corner here as we go uphill, right in the slipstream of the chap in front of us now, and as he cuts the corner there to try and just minimise the time as much as he can. We're going to cross the line here, do a 46.1 now. That does put us in pole temporarily, but there are some quick boys and girls in here, and that unfortunately puts us down to P8 by the end of it. Couldn't improve. Now a chap does disconnect, SMM, I'm not quite sure how you say the actual name or the game tag, whatever, but that promotes us up to P7. Starting P7 this, Quinton and ERM Nick are starting in the back. Surprise, surprise. Clearly they'll be doing a challenge. Maybe we'll see them near the end of this race and we'll see what they can do. Let's see if they can actually catch up with us, which would be absolutely awesome if they could do that. Fair play. It's quite frustrating really when you're trying your best and then you've got those two at the back just literally having a laugh and you just feel like why can't I be as good as them? Like, it's so frustrating that you put so much effort in it and then these guys are just literally at the back pissing about having a laugh, and they still have your pants down. You think, how the hell have they done that? But that's how good they are. They're top split for a reason, you know, and we've been there once. We were top split once, boys and girls, once, just the once. But yeah, absolutely awesome replay camera as we get this race underway, like turn 3 and 4 now. Just making sure we just need to get underway and just keep it calm, nothing stupid, make sure we don't have any incidents or knock anyone off or get knocked off by anyone else. So far so good. Perfect start to the race really, still in the slipstream of the peeps in front of us, and yeah, we've got the Italian behind us. Real mix of cars in this race, but it is a manufacturer series, so once you pick a manufacturer you've got to stick with it. The Jaguar, anything like Jaguar, I think the Jaguar and the Lexus, Corvette, I think those are really 3 strong cars here, especially Jaguar. It's by far the best car to use. The Porsche is lovely in the corners, but it really does lack a punch. Especially since the last BOP update. I think it added weight, I think. And yeah, it's just a little bit too slow. So whenever we go through like the Def Chicane and stuff like that, we just miss that oomph. So even though we go through that corner really quickly, if I can get my words out, but we just have not got the grunt. We have not got the brake horsepower to back up, you know, the awesome exit that we're getting from that corner, and we just can't really push on as we go through the chicane. But you can see through the corner here, again, once more, as we're about to end our first lap around Dragon Trail. Really good, but just lose the grunt. So, prime example here. We've all got the slipstream, but I'm still losing time. I'm losing time with the guys up ahead because I can't do anything. And it means the Italian behind me, as you can see him on my radar now, it's getting just closer and closer and closer, so I had to go slightly defensive here, and it does put me off the racing line slightly, but we're okay, we're not too bad. Not as bad as the guy in the Toyota GT86 here. Collects the Frenchman there, so he's gone off wide, so that's one position there. Now if I stick behind GRT Timmy in the Honda NSX, we can sneak up to P5, so there we go. 2 positions right there. It just took one mistake from someone. We get a bit of a nudge from the Italian behind us. I don't think it was intentional. I don't think that's something he would have done as we go through there. Purple, but second lap, it's going to happen, isn't it? But that's quite good. So after one lap, we managed to keep our position, and then as we've started the second lap, very opportunistic, and we've taken 2 positions there. Just made sure that we kept on the inside, so that if anyone did go wide, we'll take full advantage of it, and that's exactly what we did. We managed to go up 2 positions now. So we go under the Pirelli board there. Big braking point here, just braking after the curb on the left-hand side. Porsche's really good on the brakes, and there's a fellow Porsche guy actually in P3 ERM there. As we go wide there, it's just that was a bit of an amateur mistake. Now I think I was concentrating so much on what the guys ahead were doing that I didn't really keep an eye on what actually I was doing, and that did cost me. Now can we get through the depth chicane once more without? Yes. So that time we managed to get through it. As we actually GRT Timmy's going to go for a move there. So I think the guy in the Porsche had a bit of an error, and he slowed right down, so could potentially go for a move around the outside, but he just moves over to the racing line in the braking zone, so I couldn't really do much, to be honest. I couldn't avoid the contact as he just slowly moved over to the racing line. I couldn't move anywhere, but it is what it is. No one's got a penalty, thankfully, so none of those silly penalties anymore. So that would have, I think in the old days, I say the old days, like it was ages ago, I think like, you know, before the penalty system update a couple of weeks ago, that would have given me a 1 second penalty. So really relieved actually that that's not cost me any time at all. But it looks like it's going to be a big battle here for P2. There's 5 of us here, I think. They've got 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I think 7's just slightly behind as well. So I think all 5 of us are relatively close together. So this could be a really interesting... Wow, look at that. You can see by the replay there just how close this really is, which is really good to see. Sometimes I worry that with the rolling starts, these kind of races won't happen. But it looks like in this race it does. So actually, I'll quickly touch on the race. So this is Dragon Trail, Group 4 cars for the Manufacturer Series. Only hard tyres. Okay, you don't have to pit, so hard tyres all the way to the finish, and you don't have to worry about fuel, which again, the combination of Dragon Trail, Group 4 cars, no pitting, no fuel, and hard tyres sounds horrendous, but actually so far it's been very good. It's actually been really, really good. Okay, got a lovely little slipstream of the Portuguese Spaniard on the left-hand side, and we time that braking to absolute perfection, and that puts us up to P4 now, so really, really good, clean, positive start up to P4. Now we have to go through Def Chicane. Can we keep this P4, or are we going to throw it away as soon as we've got it? As we go through here, I've attacked that curb way too much. Again, 2 wheels off in the air, get a bit of air time. Now, at this time when I was racing, I was just praying that this Spaniard here just did not attack me, because I knew I was quicker. Well, he's done absolutely nothing wrong, but I was just thinking to myself, mate, just let me go. Let's work as a team. We can push on. We can catch up with P3 here. But unfortunately, he's decided to go for a move, which again, Raul Lopez G, well within his rights to do that. There's no issues with that. But I just wanted to say, come on, mate, let's work together. So at this point here, you can see I've just decided to push him along to say, look, I've got no intention. Let's just work together. Unfortunately, I don't think he read that too well, and he's gone defensive. And again, if he goes defensive, it's just going to cost us both times. So yeah, a little bit frustrating, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is, and we're still in slipstream of P3. And that's how it stayed for another lap or so. But as we go through the Def Chicane here, again, just the slightest tap of the wall, the slightest tap. And unfortunately, that was enough for Raf, the Greek gentleman behind me, to get a real good run on me here. And we're going to go side by side, and as late as I brake, there's just no point fighting it. We just decided to let him go. I say decided to let him go. He got the move done fair and square. So he puts his hazard lights on to say, you know, fair race and all that good stuff, which is really good to see. Love it when that stuff like that happens. You can see actually the Italian in the radar there. He's very, very close. So as long as I keep in this slipstream and have the braking point correct here as I go deep in here. Yes, there we go. We're still good. We're still good. I was worried I was going to outbrake myself there, but yeah, we're still good. And that's what I meant about earlier. You see that with the Porsche in second gear? It's really unstable for some reason going through that corner. I don't know why. It was just really confusing, because if you went third gear, you bogged down heavily, but if you went in second gear, you lose the rear end, and I absolutely lose my rear end because it gets shunted by the Italian there. But we're still in good shape. unfortunately, that puts me out the slipstream of our friend Raf, as he's fighting down to try and get P2 here. Treviso in P1, by the way. He's having the time of his life in the Lamborghini. Fair play to him. He's done absolutely fantastic. He's pulled away, great qualifying, and he's pulled away. And this should be, fingers crossed for him, you know, a maximum amount of points. I think there's about 300 points available in this lobby, which is really, really good. I like to go in lobbies with about 300 points on offer. I've not got 300 points personally. I've never done that. And yeah, as you can see, Quinton overtakes us there. I decided to let him go as we went into the braking point. I thought there's no point fighting it at all. This guy's way too quick. It's utterly pointless. And he puts his hazards on to thank me, which is really good to see. And I actually managed to stick with him for quite a while. And I'm going to show you that now. Whilst we actually do skip ahead, GRT Timmy there just goes too wide there, gets on the sand. Not nice to see. And he drops it. That puts us back up to P6. And because we're following Quinton, you can see our times on the right-hand side. They improve dramatically. I mean, we went a second a lap quicker just following Quinton. It was the best decision I've made. Raf hits the wall there. Quinton gets involved in it. Can't really avoid it. That means it's going to put me up to P4. But again, I just decide. I don't know. I just thought there's no point. Once again, we'll just keep with Quinton. There's no point, because if we stay with him, we could potentially get P2. So we got to think. We got to think of the bigger picture. But that's not going to help me if I'm going to go wide like that. Just absolutely destroyed my race right there. Just such a simple mistake. Just running a little bit wide, and then Raf is in front of us once more. And it was, honestly, I had my head in my hands when I was doing it, because I'd done so well to follow Quinton for like 3 laps, and we were going so quick, and I got myself up to P4. And yeah, that's just a stupid mistake. But yeah, anyways, lap 11 now, and ERM Nick is going to go around the outside as we go through the chicane. Great move. I couldn't defend it. But yeah, maybe we can use him as a tool or a stepping stone to fight on, and maybe catch up with the lads, and maybe potentially get a P2 or P3 from this race. You never know. It's not over yet. As I said again, take the curb way too much. This car loves to get 2 wheels in the air. But Quinton has done extremely well to get to where he is. So's ERM Nick. Just ridiculous the fact they both started at the back, and they've just, you know, found their way fighting for a potential P2 by the end of the race with just 2 laps to go. So massive shout out to them. They've done fantastically, as they always will. You know, a bit strange to find them in the split, but you know, it is what it is. You can only learn, you can only be the best by racing with the best or beating the best. So yeah, it's nice to race with these guys, and it's good to see exactly what they do, because as soon as I followed Quinton, I improved dramatically. But yeah, really late on the brakes there. Absolutely awesome. Hit the apex perfectly. Now, as you're going to see, there's about 5-6 cars here going to go through the death chicane all at once, which is just, it's so tight and it's scary as hell. Really slow. Something happened. Someone slowed right down, and we had to basically all hit the brakes to make sure that we didn't make contact. Slowed us to right down. I was really scared that the guy from Belgium, Sifa behind me, was gonna have me there, but thankfully not. I think he reacted to it as well. It looks like the guy in the line, is that lime green, would you say, or highlighter green? Maybe highlighter yellow. Goes horrendously wide there, unfortunately for him. Quinton gets the position, and so does our Italian friend FRT. So he's got that. Now I've got to be wary. I've still got the Belgium guy behind me. You can see him going 4 wide going to the first corner, which is absolutely epic to see on the replay camera. Absolutely loved seeing that. We go through the second corner here then, both side by side. So that was 4 going through that corner. Now, unfortunately, again, the chap in the GTR has been caught. So I think he's gone from P3 to P7 in essentially 3 corners, which must be absolutely gutting. Now, I was a bit sneaky here, sneaky and cheeky, and I thought I could potentially get P5 from ERM Nick there, but then again decided to back out of it. Just silly, like it wasn't going to work, but it was a good try regardless. Anyways, go through this. I don't know, do you want to call this like an S section? I suppose you could call it that. Porsche's really good through here. The handling really comes into its own. Struggles a little bit on the exit because once again the power disadvantage comes into play once more. And I've just dropped off, as you can see. I'm over half a second down now, but I'm going to come back into play once more thanks to the absolutely awesome brakes. Hitting the apex and good tyre wear on the Porsche. So nearer the end, I think it came a little bit more clutch. You know, the start of the race started to struggle, but near the end, you know, start to get up to pace thanks to the tyre wear advantage. But we go through the death chicane just one more time. Are we going to get claimed? We've managed to go this whole race, there we go, without actually getting claimed by the death chicane, and that in itself is an achievement. Now, it looks like you've got 2 wide here, so you've got Quinton trying to go around the outside of Raf. Now, I make a big dive up the inside. I'm going to go side by side with ERM Nick here, but I just don't have the oomph in the Porsche once more, and it's so close to beating him there. But surprisingly, and fair play to the lads, Quinton and ERM Nick both backed off. Now, that could be seen as quite controversial. However, what I would say is they shouldn't really be in this race anyways. Now, that does promote us up to P4, and we do get 260 points, which is absolutely awesome. 1 place off a podium. I would argue I'd probably deserve that, because they shouldn't really be in this split technically anyways, because they're too quick for it. So it would have been 2 other drivers there. So yeah, we end up with 260 points. And it was a really, really good race, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did as well. As soon as I saw Dragon Trail Group 4 with hard tyres and no fuel, I thought, oh, here we go. This could be a bag of crap. But it was actually really entertaining, and I really hope you guys enjoyed that race as well. And if you did, as always, leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you for the next one. Take care, everyone. Ta-da.